So by this part of the summer, the yard's getting a little bit out of control, and my mowing crew, named Offspring Mowers, is not exactly getting the whole job done. I'm going to come through and use the edger and give you a look at how it works. And this is the before, we'll show you an after. So this Greenworks Edger comes with all the power that it needs to do this job of digging down in, and which I imagine requires quite a bit of torque to power the blade through the ground like this, but it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It creates a nice edge along the sidewalk or wherever you want to create one. So my ground is pretty hard at this point. We did get a little bit of rain, but it was still pretty hard, and the edger has no problem getting down and doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So that's what you need an edger for, right? It created all this, and then my blower took care of the rest. And no job would be complete without a before and after. So there's your after, there's the before, after, looks sharp. So you've seen how it works. This is with the battery out. I'm touching the blade here. So it's a very heavy blade that will obviously cut down into the soil. It does jump, obviously, if you hit concrete or rock. It has some kick back to it. The wheel that is going to be your guide for the ground or the sidewalk fits there. You can do a little bit of adjusting to its position, depending on how deep you want to go. Up here at the handle, you have a safety lever combined with the switch so you don't accidentally turn it on. And then the battery hookup is up here. So here's what my battery showed after doing the work. It was plugged in, so I assume it was fully charged before. So it does wear on the battery pretty quickly. And is it pretty heavy? Even without the battery, this head part this is probably the heaviest. Yeah, it's definitely the heaviest of any of the handheld tools that I have for outdoors. Heavier than, say, my string trimmer or my blower. It does have a decent amount of weightedness. Once you put the heavy battery in, it balances out some, and you're going to be resting that wheel on the ground, so it's not too bad. So would I recommend this? Well, I would buy it again. So I think that answers your question. I think it's a good purchase. I don't have another battery-powered edger to compare it to, but it's doing the job and it's doing it well. I think it's fairly easy to use and has nice safety features. It's got a good battery. I think that's really hard on a battery, but it gets it done. I was not convinced a few years ago that a battery-powered gadget could do something like that, but it does. So, back to my mowing company, Offspring Mowers, they just have different goals than I do. My goal is for my yard not to look the worst in the neighborhood. Their goal is to get back inside and make sure their devices are charged and to eat all the food in the house. So hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.